Hi, Brandon Hardison, President of Champion Strategies, with our ongoing series on public speaking. We know that it could be an avenue for many of you to follow for a good, sound future. So today, I wanted to talk about looking at the television and radio as mass media. mm, Supposedly, the best broadcasters are able to make each listener feel if they're sharing an intimate one-on-one conversation, never evaluating themselves or audience, but speak to everyone as if they were a dear, cherished friend. Perhaps the first broadcaster to use this type of technique would have to go to former President Franklin Delano Roosevelt during one of his famous radio broadcasts, or better known as the Fireside Chats. FDR delivered 31 of these chats over a course of his presidency, beginning on March the 12th of 1933. Fortunately for us, he was closely observed for his labor secretary, Francis Perkins, who gives us a great insight into FDR's media style. Here's what we can learn from Perkins observing the former president. While these techniques are especially useful for radio, also television interviews, any type of medium where, when any is speaking to an audience over the phone, or if it happened to be face to face. The first thing is the audience as individuals, never as a mass of people. When I was a broadcaster for the number one morning show in New York City, there were hundreds of thousands of people listening. If I had thought about all of these people, I probably would have fainted out nervously. Instead, I imagined that the only person listening was my very best friend. Your audience listens to you one person at a time. So speak to them as individuals, never as a group. Create a prototype audience member and make up a story about their lives, their problems, their needs. They're sympathetic to your cause. They have come to you for help. Speak to this one person whenever you have a faceless audience on radio, TV, or over the phone. With the practice, you can learn to transpose the face of your prototype into an entire audience. Another thing, if you haven't thought of, visualizing your audience on the porch or at the dinner table. The dinner table visualization works great to create a feeling of intimacy and trust. I use it all the time when pitching my products and services over the phone. I imagine I invited the other person over for dinner. We're having a casual conversation in a familiar setting. We both feel comfortable and relaxed. The telephone works just like the radio. It's the theater of the mind. You are the set designer. So create a set that works for you. Here's another one. He was conscious on their face and hands, their clothes, and their home. The more specific you are about your listener, the more you will connect. Can you tell me the color of their eyes? What were they wearing? Where did they live? Hands speak volumes about a person. What do they reveal? The voice and facial expressions as they spoke through it as an intimate friend. Your tone of voice is closely linked to your facial expressions. A frown on your face will make your voice sound harsh and cold, but a smile will warm up your voice, making it sound warm and inviting. And if you really take need of what's going on, most people think that good communication is mouth centric. Nothing could be further from the truth. To be a powerful communicator, you have to use your entire body, gestures, body language, and energy, along with enthusiasm. That's your speech. While another even wrote, the face really would light up as a smile, actually sitting on the front porch in the inner parlor. People felt it and bound to the affection. A smile is one of the most powerful tools you have to rapport with your listeners each and every time. Your smile makes up your speak. Smiles were considered back in the day dials. The more you had the opportunity to use the technique, especially from former President FDR, over 60 years are still relevant today. Give your very own fireside chat the next time you have to speak to an audience, over the air, or the phone, or face to face. And that's one more way to unlock the hidden power of your voice. Once again, Brandon Hardison, president of Champion Strategies, with our ongoing workshop on public speaking. Catch you next time. Always remember, make it a champion day.